Representative Duncan Hunter is currently facing investigations following news that he was misusing his own campaign funds for various purposes, including affairs. Now, he's married, but he and his wife have used campaign funds for things that they should not have been using the money for. So in one episode in 2010, and by the way, this is according to the Justice Department, Hunter allegedly took a lobbyist on a double date road trip to Virginia Beach with a fellow congressman and then charged his campaign for the hotel room and bar tab. Speaking of bar tab, apparently he's well known in Washington, D.C. for gallivanting around town and getting real drunk.
Yes, so first of all, now the Republicans are like, oh, you think we can't get any more corrupt? Hold my beer, in this case, maybe quite literally, saying, I'm going to physically get in bed with lobbyists. So that's what Duncan Hunter did. I don't know who the other congressman is, and I don't know who his date was, but I do know that the American taxpayer got screwed.
Oh, 100%. In one other incident, this is back in 2015, again, according to the Justice Department, Hunter allegedly took a House leadership aide out for cocktails and then took an Uber back to his office after they spent the night together. Both expenses were charged to his campaign account. And by the way, like, if you're hearing all this for the first time and you're thinking, wow, this is super disrespectful toward his wife, you're right. And he had no problem throwing his wife under the bus when it came to this investigation. Take a look.
My campaign did make mistakes. There was money spent on things, not by me, but by the campaign.
Your wife handled a lot of the family expenses and the campaign finances. So are you saying that it's more her fault than your fault?
Well, I'm saying when I went to Iraq in 2003, the first time I gave her power of attorney, and she handled my finances throughout my entire military career, and that continued on when I got into Congress, because I'm gone 5 days a week, I'm home for 2. So, and she was also the campaign manager. So whatever she did on that'll be looked at too, I'm sure. But I didn't do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Anna, that she did not use the campaign funds to pay for his 5 affairs. So she did use campaign funds illegally, and she's actually pled guilty to that. And this is where Duncan Hunter is in a world of trouble, because she's now cooperating with prosecutors. So it looks like both the Hunters are gonna find themselves under a bus.
I mean, look, I gotta be honest with you, Cenk. I am offended by what this white heterosexual couple is doing to the sanctity of marriage. And I think that we really need to reevaluate whether we want this to be legal. You know, we want to legalize these types of marriages.
Yeah, I mean, let's note real quick that the Republican Party used to pretend that they were the party of family values. Now with Roy Moore, Donald Trump, guys like Desjardins, who paid for 3 different abortions with his mistresses and wives, and I can go on and on all day long. And here is Duncan Hunter with 5 different affairs, and all on his donors' account. And some of them might be big donors and good riddance on their money, but some of it is honest Republican voters who thought that they were giving to a political cause they believed in. And he's like, idiots, suckers, I'm gonna take your money and I'm gonna spend it on my lobbyist friends. And it leads to, I just realized that that's you do a joke, a Republican and a lobbyist go to bed. Who gets screwed? You do.
Yeah, that's exactly right though. That's exactly right. And look, they diverted $250,000 in campaign funds for their own personal use. And what's also really fascinating about this story, just kind of going to this right-wing talking point about personal responsibility and fiscal responsibility, they were both incredibly broke. Their account had $1,000 in it, which, by the way, many Americans don't even have that because of starvation wages in America, but that's beside the point. So they wanted all these lavish things. They wanted to go on these fancy trips. Hunter wanted cigarettes, whatever random thing he wanted but couldn't afford, he decided to turn to his campaign funds, divert the money and use it for personal use. And then when he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, he pointed fingers at his wife. Now they're both bad people, but he's even worse.
Yeah, he's pointing fingers at apparently many different women. Well, she's now pointing back. The filing in the case involving her says the marital communications privilege does not protect statements made by spouses who are partners in crime. So he will not get the protection of the marital spouse communications privilege. So oops, and apparently is a excellent evidence that she is going to turn evidence on him. So Duncan Hunter, it was definitely not nice knowing you. And I think, look, Amar Campa-Najjar, who was a great progressive candidate running against him, almost got him last time. So right now it's a race between whether he's going to lose to Najjar or get locked up first. And so, by the way, if you want to support his opponent to get this terrible guy out of Congress, Campa-Campaign.com, Campa-Campaign.com. And actually get a decent human being into Congress. Last thing, one of the 5 people that Duncan Hunter slept with was apparently a woman who worked in his congressional office in 2015, and then he went on to lie about it. What does that remind you of? I'm pretty sure the Republicans made a big deal out of a certain president having sex with someone in his office and then lying about it. Thought, oh, that is ruining the values of the Oval Office. How could a politician do this? So what's it gonna take? The guys ripped you guys off, had 5 different affairs, and did the same thing as Bill Clinton, but way worse. And the list goes on and on. And by the way, one of the things that he did, other than paying for his pet rabbit to go across the country with your money, that is literal, by the way, he also said that he was getting supplies for veterans and instead use it for his golf trips. What is it gonna take, Republicans? If you're still behind this guy, then you've told us who you are. Thanks for watching this free clip of the Young Turks. Don't forget to become a TYT member today. For more exclusive content, join now at tyt.com/join.